Everyone, welcome back. Um, Today I'm going to share with you my April TBR. Now, this TBR is out of control because I have a stack of books from the library and I'm participating in RibSat until the 10th, and I am going to try to get my arcs caught up. This is World Chase Me Down by Andrew Hillman. This is the forgotten true story of a Robin Hood of the American frontier who pulls off the first successful kidnapping for ransom in U.S. history. I'm looking forward to reading that. It came out in January. January 24th is what this says. So I definitely need to get that read. The Orphan's Tale by Pam Janoff, a World War II story. I'm a big fan of World War II stories. This was published or released on February 21st. 16-year-old Noah has been cast out in disgrace after becoming pregnant by a Nazi soldier and being forced to give up her baby. She lives above a small rail station, which she cleans in order to earn her keep. When Noah discovers a boxcar containing dozens of Jewish infants bound for a concentration camp, she is reminded of the child that was taken from her, and in a moment that will change the course of her life, she steals one of the babies and flees into the snowy night. And that sounds really interesting, and I'm looking forward to reading it. Next is Never Let You Go by Chevy, I'm not sure how you pronounce her name, Stevens. This was released sometime in March. This is a thriller, and that is about all I know. So this is basically about a woman who in the past left her abusive husband, and now he's out of jail, and weird things start happening, and is it him, is it not him? So Rose Rebellion by Rosalind Eves. I believe this is some sort of fantasy dealing with magic. It's a beautiful cover. That's about all I know. I'm trying to get into fantasy more. Next is Lola by Melissa Scrivener Love. This has something to do with drug cartels in South Central LA. Some sort of crime novel. Next is My Last Lament by James William Brown. Novel of one Greek woman's epic struggle to tell the story of her own and her nation's past in the aftermath of World War II. So another World War II related story. I like the cover. It's very simple and beautiful. Blue is my favorite color. I just got this a few days ago and I pushed it up my pile because I really, really want to read this. Tell Me How This Ends Well by David Samuel Levinson. In 2022, so the near future, American Jews face an increasingly unsafe and anti-Semitic landscape at home. Against this backdrop, the Jacobson family gathers for Passover in Los Angeles. But their siblings have begun to suspect that Julian is hastening their mother Roz's demise, and years of resentment boil over as they debate whether to go through the real reason for their reunion, an ill-considered plot to end their father's iron rule forever. Sounds really interesting, especially in light of current U.S. situations. Then another World War II story, The Woman in the Castle by Jessica Shattuck. I've been working on Watershed Anthems by my friend, Drew Brathwaite. I am really enjoying this. Drew is amazing with words, and he is hysterical. He has this way of sharing personal, painful things at times, but he has a great sense of humor. I am on page 59. I just read a bunch a couple days ago. I hope to get some more of this done. I have Moby Dick by Herman Melville. This has been sitting on my shelf for a while. I've never read Moby Dick. It's an intimidating read for me because I have heard that it's just really slow and dull and boring. But it's one of those books that I really feel like I need to at least give it a try and see if I can get through it. A few books from the library. The Autograph Man by Zadie Smith. This is a selection for a book group at my library. It feels like it's a character-driven novel. There does not seem to be much of an explanation of the plot. So if you've read this or you know anything about it, let me know below what you thought, because I would really like to hear if it's interesting, or if it's any good, if it reads fast, anything like that. And last month, for Borrowathon, on my original TBR, I had a book by Manil Suri, and I cannot remember what it's called. But when I looked it up on Goodreads after I had it and after I had already planned on reading it, I noticed that it's listed as third book in a trilogy. So I put holds on, and I think it's The Death of Vishnu is the first, and the second is The Age of Shiva. And these are all books that take place in India and have to do, I believe, with Hinduism and the gods or something. If you've read these, any of these, one of these, all of these, let me know what you think. This one is due back on April 4th, and I got sidetracked with Borrowathon, and I didn't have time for this one in Borrowathon, but I really want to read it, and I cannot renew it because it's a new release. So allegedly by Tiffany Jackson, I've heard that it's like a really good edge of your seat sort of book, and it has to do with a black girl that is accused of killing a white baby. So it kind of sounds like, isn't that similar to the plot of Jodi Picoult's most recent book? Anyway, so yeah, so I'd like to read that. And that is a lot of books. That is 16 books. So I don't know if I'm gonna get to that, but we'll see. I'll give it the old college try. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, let me know what you think below.